Back to my channel Code or Code. Today in this video we are going to build this multi-select dropdown from scratch, and for designing this multi-select I have used Tailwind CSS. So these are the features I have added. So you can once you select, right, the drop downs are visible when we have multiple options. So we have a scroll bar, and also you can filter the options like I'll be searching for Apple or Samsung, and also we have a checkboxes. So when we select Nike, Audi, Adidas, so the selected values are coming as a badge on the top of the input field. Also you can deselect it from here, uncheck it from here, and also you can remove by clicking this cross icon inside this badge. And also when we click outside of this form or this multi-select element, so automatically it will be hidden. So if you are ready, let's jump to the code base. Created one React project, and also I have installed the Tailwind CSS. Okay, and so let's bring up the server. So this is how it looks. So I have added one div, and inside the div I have added one form element. So let's add the multi-select component. So for that, first we are going to add a label, and so these are the options we are going to have in the multi-select dropdown. So let's add the label brands, and let's add some design. Text should be small and font should be semi-bold. So this is how it looks. So let's create a components folder under the source folder, and inside the components we'll create the multi-select dropdown.jsx file and RFC. So let's call this component after this label. Okay, and now first we need to pass these brands as a options. So this options property we need to add it here. So now let's design and add the elements for the multi-select. So this multi-select dropdown will be having two sections. One section should be the header and search part, where we are going to show the badges, and we'll be having the so this section for badge, and we are going to have the input. So let's add a placeholder search, and another section we are going to display the dropdown options. So these options. So first let's design input. Let's add some padding and make it full width. Currently it's not having the full width. So for that, class padding y-axis should be 2, padding x should be 4, width should be full, and we don't want this outline. So outline should be none. So let's see how does it look. Okay, so padding you can remove the entire and you can add it to, and let's keep it like that only. Okay, and now in the main container just add a border, and border color should be border gray 200, and let's make it rounded MD. And let's add some space here between the dropdown element and on. Class flex call, and gap should be 2. So now it looks proper. So let's add the options. So for options, so the plan is, whenever we are searching, right, this option should also get filtered. So for that, first let's map, then option, and this will return one div, and we need to add the key. So for the key, right, when we are passing the option, we can use this value as a key. So option dot value, and here let's display the label option dot label. Let's see how it looks. So now here's the list of the options. So let's add the checkbox also. So for checkbox, input, and the type should be checkbox. So let's make it look proper. So the parent div of this options, I'll use flex call, and gap should be 2. Okay, and here also we need to put some space, so I'll do like that. I'll also make it flex and item center, and gap should be 2. And let's add some padding to the main container, p6. So now it looks proper. And also just add a border top for this. Border top should be 2. Also padding y 4. Okay, so now you can see there's a problem, right? It's taking entire height of the screen. So I want this much, and we should have a scroll bar. So for that, max height, you can select up to 300 pixel, and the overflow y-axis should be auto. So now you see we are able to scroll it. Okay, and this one, right, just let's change the border color, border gray 400. So now we want, whenever we are typing, right, so it should filter the options. So let's implement that part. So for that, we need to create 2 states, and const search text and set search text, and use state, and initially it should be empty string. And here, whenever we are typing something, right, in this input, we need to set the input value to the search text. For that, on key up, let's use this event, and let's event dot target dot value. Okay, so now let's print whether it's working or not. Search text. So you see the value is getting updated. So when the search text value is getting updated, we need to set the filter based on the text. So let's do that. In the use effect, whenever search text value is getting changed, so we'll be having one more step. So let's create that. Filter options and set filter options. Use state. So initially it would be empty, and in the options, whenever let's filter the options, item, if the item dot value dot to lowercase, so both the value, right, whatever we are searching and the value of the this filter options, both we are going to convert into a lowercase string, and then we'll try to find the match. So let's do that to lowercase if this value includes this search text to lowercase const filter opt or match. So this will return array. So if we have match and this match dot length is greater than 0, if we have the match, then only we'll set this filter options, else it will take the default options from the param. So let's remove the empty spaces, so should not have any error. Okay, now this filter options, instead of directly mapping this options, we'll be using this filter options. So now you see, I'll type Nike, it's working properly. I'll search something with A, so all the A related, so let's start with BMW. See the BMW. Okay, I'll remove this search text from here. Look good. BMW is looking, it's coming here. Okay, so now the filter option is working fine. So now we'll implement, whenever we are selecting, right, we should show some badges here. So let's do that. So let's add one more state, selected options, and set selected options, and initial state should be empty array. Okay, so when we hover, right, we need to have some effect. Let's do it also. Hover, so background should be gray 100. Still doesn't look good. And cursor, cursor, pointer, and instead of this gap 2, right, let's move the gap 2, let's add some padding, p1 p2. So now it looks proper. So when we click right, then only we need to call some function, so that we can set this option. So let's add the function const set option function. Here we'll be passing the value as a parameter, and when we pass, right, so that time we need to check whether we have the value or not. So selected filter options, so first it will check if it includes this value, it will do something else, it will do something else. So if it doesn't have this, right, it doesn't have this value, so simply what we will do, we will pass the previous state, not like that, we'll destructure and add the new value. If we don't have it, if it doesn't include it, if it includes, so in that case what we have to do, right, so we are not going to check whether it's checked or not. So if the value exists, right, we need to filter it out. So like this way we can remove it from the element filter. So here we'll get all the items of this select options. So what exactly we need, if the value that we are trying to select or deselect, right, if the value exists, so then we'll filter it out all the selected options except this value. So this is how we can do it. Item, if it is not equals to the value, so it will return an array const this, and let's call this function and we'll pass the options. This way also you can add it, and we need to call this from here. on click and option dot value. Okay, so let's print this here, whether it's working fine or not. Here only JSON.stringify array. Initially it's empty. When we select Nike, Addy, Puma, Audi, and when we uncheck, currently it's not visible, so let's fix that one also. So for that, simply what we can do, we can create a separate function for that, or simply you can do like this: checked if selected options dot includes this options dot value. See, it will work fine. And check this, and also you can filter. So now let's add the badge. So in order to add the badge, let's select options as map it opt, and for badge let's return the div, or you can use span also. Let's use the span, and here also just pass the key, and now it will look like this. So let's add some design. So this is the parent div of the badge section. So here we are going to add flex, then gap should be 2, item center, okay, text should be extra small, and make it border, and padding should be 1. Oh no, sorry, the individual item should have some border. One is huge, EX, and make it rounded XL, rounded large, or MD medium, and the background should be gray. 300 is more, let's use 200 is fine. And now let's remove the border, and let's padding should be 2, and text should be more small, like extra small, 8 pixel, it's very less. Let's keep this small only, extra small. So now what we want to have one icon here, cross icon. Whenever we click it, right, we should this Audi or some the selected option should get removed. So for that I'll use React icons. Let's add it, and close. Just copy this one, this icon, and add it here. So after the options, just put space and add this element. Okay, so it's coming down. Let's add it flex, item center, and let's add a gap 1. So now it looks proper. And this also, just put it in a span tag. So whenever we'll be clicking, right, So that time let's add a cursor pointer. So now you see it looks proper, but there's a problem. It's going here, right? We should wrap it out whenever it's exiting the width, and flex wrap. So now it will be coming like this. You can add multiple, and we want whenever we'll be clicking the cross, it should get removed. So it's very simple, right? So the same function you can use for this one as well. So whenever we'll be clicking here, on click, let's call the function, and value is nothing but this option need to pass. So it will do the same thing. So it will check if the value includes, okay, so then it will filter it out and it will set the selected options value, otherwise it will add it as a new value. So now you see I'm just removing Audi, it's proper. Now I'll be removing Nike is also removed, BMW also removed. Let's remove all, even if you are unchecking it, that time also this is getting removed. So all the options are removed. So now we want, initially, so this option won't be visible. So whenever we'll be clicking here, right, in the search, that time also we want to see these options, and whenever we'll be clicking outside, that time also it should get removed out. It should get hidden. So for that, let's add one more state, active, or active sounds better, active, and set active. So let's add a state. Initially the value should be false, and whenever active is true, that time only we want to get it visible. If the active is true, then only like this, and that time only it should get visible. Now you see, so it's hidden. So whenever we are clicking here, right, on click in the input, on click, so that time only this set active should be true. So if I click, it's visible. Let's remove this, it doesn't look good actually. Margin top 100 pixels, margin auto. So now you see, okay, so it's getting open, but whenever we are clicking outside, right, so it's not getting close. So let's implement this thing also. So for that, just create the ref of this particular multi-select element. So select ref, and for that we'll be using use ref hook of the React. Initially the value should be null, and we'll assign this reference to the container of this multi-select. So let's assign this, and now let's add a use effect, and this will get re-render when there's a change, like current. Okay, and here we are going to add one event listener. So click event listener, and here we'll be having one function, and also you need to remove it once this thing is done. So that document dot remove event listener, click. and here also need to pass the handler function. So we'll create a handler function, close handler function, and here let's pass the event, and instead of passing this function here like this, we'll pass the entire function. So when there's a click happens, okay, so on that time on the window, so that time we can access the event of it. So now we'll check if we have this select ref and event dot compose path, it doesn't include, right? Yes, not includes this current, the select ref. So that time only we need to set it false. This set active, it should be false. So what we have done here, we are checking if we have the this select ref current, means this entire element, and whenever we are clicking anywhere, right, so what this compose path does, it returns the array of object of the elements. So suppose I have clicked here at brand, so it will create object like this brand, then the parent div, this div, and then this body, and then HTML then document, like that. So if we click in the search or in the multi input, if it is there in that array, if it is not there, then only it will set the false. So let's see how it works. So currently it's visible. If I click outside, see, it's working fine, and if I click here, right, it will not get closed. And now if I click outside of it, it will get closed. So let's add the design for this badges little bit. So we'll add some padding. So we have the header here, we can have padding y-axis 2. Now it looks proper, but the problem is if I remove everything, right, there's an empty space. So first we'll check if we have the selected options, then only this section should get visible, otherwise it would be hidden. If this and the length of this one is greater than 0, then only we want to show this batch section. So now you see it looks proper, even all the things are working. So now the question is how we can use this thing in the form. So for that, okay, so let's add the form data and then set form data, and here let's add toState, then empty object, and then brands. That's a initial data is empty. Okay, so now let's add a handler form data or form data change. Here data. So then what exactly we have to do, like this, you have to do object dot form data, and then brand should be data. So this, right, so this handle form data change, so this you have to pass it here. So in the multi-select drop down, what we are going to do, we'll add one more prop on change, and this on change, right, whenever the value is getting changed, so then only we'll add the similar thing like this, and for this one also. Okay, so what we did, like we have added one prop on change prop and on change prompt prop is nothing but it will be a function, and as a parameter we are passing the entire data. Okay, and here we need to pass on change should be this handle change function. So what will happen whenever the value is getting changed, it will update the form state. And now the function which we have added, right, let's see how it looks. Const on submit function, and we'll pass a event. Yes. Disable the default behavior of submit, e dot prevent default, and then on console log this form data. So let's see how it works. Let's add some design from this submit. Console margin y should be 3 with full, background should be black, text small and text white, padding x should be 2, padding should be 4, and py should be 2. See, and rounded empty. So now you see it's coming empty. Okay, brands are coming empty when we submit. So now let's select Nike, Audi, BMW, Apple, Samsung. Now submit. You see our brands are coming properly. So all the features we have implemented, and all the features are working perfectly. So I think you have learned something from this video. And if you really find this video is very helpful, please like the video, and if you are new to this channel, right, please subscribe this channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much.